Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and today we're going to be playing Flotsam. It's a survival game all about building a town on the high seas, presumably after a great natural disaster pretty much wiped out the world and turned it into the movie Waterworld. And it's made by Pajama Llama Games. It's about a $25 title, or $24.99. It just came out, so I think they probably have a little sale going. So we're going to start a new game here today and see what it's all about. So really what's going on here is we start out with this little lighthouse, this town heart in the center of nowhere, and we have to accomplish different objectives and collect all this material so that we can survive. That means that we need to collect wood, we need to dry that wood later, we also need to collect plastic waste, and get some scrap metal if we can find some. So the obvious answer, this first thing we need to do, is start to collect some of this lovely garbage out here in the ocean. So we'll just put out a little marker buoy over here to tell one of our townspeople that I would love to have you go get some goodies. Currently we have 3 of them, and that's our main capacity for people. And then I also need someone to go get some wood, if possible. So we'll send this person here, and then let's just make this a large zone. I tend to like these a little bit bigger just because it means that they clean up stuff and I don't end up with like a single barrel of plastic waste hanging out just outside my base giving me agita. And then what do we have? We don't really have any starting materials whatsoever. So let's say, because it'll take the people longer to swim between all this junk, let's say there's 2 people on the task of getting wood. So there they are. There's our little divers, our little people. They're gonna go out with rope and just strap all this stuff to their backs. Most of it floats, so they don't really have to worry about drowning. And then they'll bring this back to town. Town, of course, has got a supply of water for our denizens. And then somewhere, woo, if it doesn't want to explode, somewhere down here is a collection of rations that we'll use to, well, just keep things going for right now. Because we start with, what, 40 food reserves for people and 30 water reserves. So almost immediately, our objective is going to have to end up being go out and find a way to make more food and make more water. We also have this other objective over here. This is kind of like our progress through the game and kind of force yourself to figure things out objective, and that is sailboat on the rocks. Some drifters tried making a town on that island over there. Bad idea. With all the garbage floods, sailboat has been wrecked on the cliffs though. Perhaps we can make use of its mast. So what we want to do eventually is we want to move our town around to other places so that, well, it can go get more stuff, because eventually all this resource will run out and we'll have to like get a boat to go way out in the middle of nowhere to go and get stuff like this food in the form of these nibblefish. But we can't do that with just people, and it's a lot faster than having like a single person go across to Narnia in their boat. So we're gonna literally sail the entire town eventually. So that's our current objective. We're gonna go up onto this island after we build a boat, and we're going to salvage all this stuff. Probably some metal in there. That's about as far as I've gotten when I played on my own, because I started to get into this loop where I started running out of like food and water pretty quickly, and there didn't seem to be any way I could get ahead of that. So I'm gonna try and get to there as quick as you possibly can. I'm also gonna turn this to like triple time, because that'll probably speed things up tremendously. So let's go ahead and start building stuff by hitting this little hammer and saw icon. And it would be really helpful if I could build a couple of walkways coming out from our ship. I'm gonna try to make this semi-even on both sides, just so I don't have like this weird drunken sprawl of a vessel. And that's going to take some of that plastic that we've been gathering in order to construct rampways that we can build off of. The other thing I want to do almost immediately is build some houses for our people so that they can actually rest properly. Currently, I guess they just nap floating in the water or on the sides of the town heart. And then we'll make sure that we still have some gathering locations going. We have a lot of wood, so let's start helping to gather more of the plastic waste, because we're going to need a lot of that. And let's look at what we need to build next. So something that we have to build in order to fashion certain goods is going to be a drying rack. This is going to allow us to dry fish to make it more edible, and it's also going to allow us to dry out all this soaked waterlogged wood so we can actually build with it. On top of that, I often like to build storage right next to it, if possible, although it looks like I made this a little too close to town. And then we'll just immediately start telling it to dry some wood. So we just select from this side menu either wood or fish, and it'll automatically start telling people to get some wood and start drying it. That just takes the time it takes, so we're not going to worry about it too much. I may make a second one, but I'm also going to have to extend the dock out a little bit so that it can house enough of this stuff. We'll say this is our crafting quarter, and we'll make, like, our food quarter, not our food quarter, but our living space on the other side. Because a lot of our crafting stuff ought to stay more or less in the same area as everything else. Unfortunately, we do need a lot more plastic. So that's still active. I'm gonna actually, can I move this? Let's remove this for right now, and I'll set one right here. That'll be better. There we go. And we'll just start to upgrade all of our stuff before we start to run low on our water and our food reserves. Which is gonna mean we're gonna almost immediately want a second drying rack. The reason I want to do that is we need to make firewood in order to fuel our ability to purify water. Which is, you know, as I'm sure you'd imagine, a very important thing to have. And then the thing that's more pressing on our mind to kind of get moving with the game is we're going to need to build a boat, one of these salvage boats, and then we can use that to go and sail to that island. Then we can get a mast so that we can build the sail to move our town around. Now I'm still kind of functioning on the assumption that managing water and food is going to get easier as we go, but for the most part right now, I tend to run low eventually, and that's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. So it says down here there's not enough houses to accommodate all of your drifters, and our inventory is now full, so we have to build more storage, so I'm just gonna build like 2 more of them down here. And then let's start building little homes for people to live in. And I think that'll be a good objective for right now. We still have lots of food and lots of water. Obviously, people need to eat every day, people need to drink every day, but it's not as bad as some other games that I've played. And honestly, with this kind of almost cel-shaded look, with these flat sort of textures on all of these really small, flotsam buildings, I kind of like this game. It's got a cuteness to it that belies the fact that you're literally living in this horrifying, futuristic wasteland, where it's highly difficult to survive. So, you know. So we still got a lot of wood. We're gonna produce more dry wood, which will be perfect for what our current objective is. I'm gonna let them continue to work on gathering, and we're gonna almost immediately need a woodworking shed. Woodworking shed is exactly what it sounds like. It's literally just a shed where people build stuff. They build tools, they build certain materials that we need, that sort of thing. In this case, in order to build a port, so that we can moor a ship, we're going to need some rope. And rope just requires them doing some questionable things to some wood. Don't ask me what, it's just something that they're ending up having to do. I need a new buoy. Let's put a buoy over here. Let's remove this one. And then let's increase this to that size. It actually tells you how much goodies are in every area that you're currently gathering from, which is nice. And that salvage boat we're going to get should increase the rate at which we do that anyway, I hope. I don't actually know, but that's the goal. 100%. So this is the woodworking shed. I would like it to craft 1 unit of rope. After that, we'll eventually start to craft more firewood so that we can purify some water. Our water is definitely not going down as fast as, say, our food. So maybe a fishing vessel will be more important going forward. I don't know. And yeah, there's not a ton to build this early, because this game just came out in early access, but so far, you know, it's serviceable. We're making a town. It's good. It's good stuff. And then this is currently drying some wood. That's good. So is this. I'm really just looking to almost immediately start expanding my town with more people. More people, more workers, more money. Well, not money, but like more stuff in general. And as you can see, they're definitely getting really tired. So having everyone having a house is going to become supremely important soon. I do like that the houses in this game, by the way, like I figured to myself, they're going to make like a cool little shanty shack or maybe like a tent that floats. It's literally just a bed on some old barrels with a walkway that goes to the end table. Here, let me, I can swizzle around here. Whoops. Little frame drop there. Yeah, you can see it's a little bed. There's some stuff on it. Oh, it's like a little stuffed animal that they sleep with. Alarm clock and an extra pillow. It's cute. Alright. We need to be constantly drying things, especially wood. Which will be what allows us to craft more sleeping arrangements for everyone. In fact, I'm probably going to need to build some additional ramp space so that we actually have a place to put more stuff. I don't want to make this like this really long, bizarre, meanderingly long town yet, simply because I don't know what sailing is like this early on. God knows I'll build this drunken melange of stuff that will just end up being a whatchamacallit, a giant elbow that gets caught on things. Totally not awkward at all. Okay, so we've got two beds already. Let's build a third, and maybe if we build a fourth, we'll actually get like another marauder or like drifter or whatever that will come live at our island. We can also build our first mooring point over here, which is part of why I built this ramp. I need like a better space to put our vessels. I kind of want them to be cordoned off together. And then once this is built, we can then build our boat. And I'd like to build a salvage boat almost immediately. Are we still gathering over here? We are. Alright, cool. Yeah, they're preoccupied with building. They like to prioritize building. I wonder if it's possible to, like, prioritize what our people are doing. We have a capacity of 4 now, but it doesn't seem like we have... Oh, we can research things. What can we research? Oh, dang, we can improve our storage yards. We can make proper houses for our people. We can make a scrapsmith. What do these require? These require research points, which I'm assuming means that after we get this mass going, we unlock something that allows us to start researching better equipment and better distillation. Okay. Well, I didn't realize that before, so that's very helpful. This is our town inventory. Okay. So I can literally tell somebody to prioritize gathering stuff. And then I can set, like, the default for new drifters. Okay.
Hey.
So this is Sammy Flot. That's kind of a funny name. And we've also got Shanks. And Stormy. Okay.
Yo.
They all kind of look like various aged surfer bums from, like, a show set in Hawaii. Alright, so which one of these is the gathering trait? Hauling duties, fishing duties... Landmark salvaging, scavenging and investigation, cooking, hauling. Is hauling what I'm looking for? Okay, let's just say that I don't know that these guys have any particular stats, so let's just say this guy prioritizes the hauling of things and maybe salvaging stuff around buoys. Alright, so Sammy, your job is to do that. You're the expert here. You've had the most time out on the ocean. Well, just because you've been alive longer. This is presumably something that you guys have all been doing your entire lives. And that should be good. We definitely want somebody to be constantly in charge of that so that we can build a boat. So now we literally just need him to come back with one more load of something, and we're golden. So that's pretty much all of that stuff gathered. Once they've more or less gotten... Actually, that's good enough. Let's remove this marker, and let's put the marker over here. Yeah, let's put it out over here, and then we'll say, let's enlarge this. And if nobody's doing anything, they'll go over there and help scavenge for stuff. So I'm going to build a scavenging boat. And it's going to be at this specific spot. In fact, I'm also going to tell them to construct another rope. And some more firewood. We're starting to get low on the old liquefaction. So I'm definitely going to say we need to build a water distiller. So that we can get more water going. And we definitely want to start going after fish, too. So, what do I need for this? Literally just the rope. We've got enough materials now. So I'm gonna need a lot more firewood. I'm not ready to just put it on perpetual firewood, but it's definitely to the point where we can get a lot of goodies with that. You know what? We have lots of plastic right now. We definitely need more wood than plastic. So let's go back over to here and say this area is where we need to be gathering stuff. Because we've run out of wood. This is probably the whole of this game is going to be the constant battle between wood, plastic, and metal. Just all the time. Nothing to be done for it. I also get a kick out of this little workshop that they've got over here, because you got like the pile of wood in this bin back here made from an old boat. And then you've got like this outhouse, and inside of it like all the tools and materials just kind of spill out onto the deck. Okay, so we can have the salvage boat go do stuff. How do I control that? Okay, so I can have the salvage boat go salvage up a storm. Let's do that. Let's enlarge this. There we go. I've only got one salvage boat right now, so this doesn't really make a lot of sense in making that area with like 50 boats in it. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure it would do anything bad, so, you know. Okay, that's almost done. We have a distiller in the making. And we're gonna set that on perpetual creation of water. We, like, immediately need water. And we need more wood for the process of making water. I hope this is, like, something that they have improved. Because before, it felt like I was always behind on water, and I never could get anything going on food, you know? So yeah, in fact, let's remove this marker. Let's say that all salvaging operations for the moment all need to take place with use of the boat, because I just built this new boat. Go do boat things, Billy. That's right. I'll see you over there. Yeah, that's right, you boat real good. Mm-hmm, yeah. Holy crap, that is way faster. I can definitely see where this is an improved way of doing that. Okay, let's just use all of this wood to create more water, because we're running out of that, like, first and foremost. And then what was our controls like? So this is salvaging. What was the other one? It was like salvaging with a boat? Landmarks, salvaging, and scavenging, and investigating. Nah, it's fine. This has not got enough wood to continuously dry stuff, but this should be getting stuff. It just seems like instead of like prioritizing unloading a task that you've already gotten going, they prefer to just start building, which is interesting. So anyway, yeah, we really just need to start prioritizing the construction of certain things and gathering of things. How do I unload the stuff in here? Like, there's 3 people, right? We don't have a 4th yet. Okay, now he's unloading stuff. Good, good, good. And we are starting to kind of get like a leg up on the water production as well. So they're just going to start immediately taking the wood and drying it, it looks like. And he's just gonna start scarfing that stuff up like crazy. Oh yeah, we've got this pet whale over here that just kind of chills out and circles around the area. Not really anything he does, he just kind of exists for ambiance. But I think that's really flippin' cool. I mean, look at this bad boy. Big old honkin' terrifying tusks. Can transmogrify through solid objects like this island. Yeah, what's not to love? How big is this boat area? Pretty large. It looks like he prioritizes some materials over others, which could be a really good thing. Yeah, we definitely need to start gathering up scavenging over at this sailboat on the rocks, so let's remove this. And let's tell him to go over here. Can I not go over there? Oh, I guess you just tell it to salvage it, and then he'll go over there in like a hot minute. Okay. In which case, I'll tell the people to swim over and start getting these remaining pieces of wood. That way I won't have to worry about everyone randomly dying. Possibly. We've got 12 water, which is probably not a terribly lot for the number of people that we have. But whatever, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. That's the important detail. And this guy is literally just grabbing stuff to throw in the boat from this island. And then whatever he finds, he just chucks in there and goes for broke. Alright, cool. We've got everything. We got the sail. We've got... It looks like bits of scrap metal, right? Yeah, we got some scrap metal. We've got the mast, and we got a bunch of rope. Sweet. We did it. This guy's getting promoted when he gets back to town to... Instead of just random dude number 5, he's like been upgraded to 4. Alright, cool. Oh, you definitely don't need to be doing that with swimming, my dude. You can just go back to salvaging this stuff using your sweet boat. So there we go. So what do we want to do? I mean, we know we need to build this. What do I need to build this, though? Oh, I need him to physically unload the boat. This sail thing literally can be built the second you salvage that facility. Okay. Well, you know. What do you want, really? Alright. How does this work? Do we just plunk it on the end of something? Yeah, we literally just plunk it on the end, and then I'm assuming it drives places. Okay. It's not the weirdest thing I've seen all day. And then I'll use the other materials to build a fishing boat. It's pretty cool. I dig it. And then the fishing boat I can deploy to fish this, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. A lot of moving parts. We definitely can stop drying wood, except for like one drying rack for a minute. And what I'm going to try to do is every time I want water, I'm going to leave this thing on perpetually producing water. But if I don't have fuel for it, obviously it won't do anything, so it'll just sit there ready to go, and I won't have to worry about it in the future. Okay, so we do kind of have a leg up. I am gaining more water than I'm using for the moment. This is good. And what does this say? The salvage is complete. Got it. Is there a second mission? I guess not, until I move. So I can use this to move around to new areas. So I can move here? It looks like it. Let's wait a little bit till we've got the rest of our stuff completed. I'm assuming gathering all this stuff around here is probably a good idea. And then we'll put a boat marker over top of... Can I not? Apparently that's outside of our range. So perhaps not. Huh. Well, maybe I should just move. Yeah, literally, it just straight up moves our town to a new spot. What's in this new spot? There's a little... Oh, there's a little town or a village thing. What's this look like? So there's like a little shack town up here on the rocks, and it says here, there appears to be a small abandoned town on this island. We might find some supplies in there. Pretty sure nobody will miss them. Okay, go scavenge that bad boy. We can scavenge the ruins of this island. Maybe some ancient tech can be found in there. Alright, cool. Maybe this is where we learn how to, build certain things. We have some food and water still. I really need to figure out this whole fishing biz. So how do I get fishing to occur? So what does this say? Boats? Boats can be used for various tasks like salvaging and fishing. Every boat needs a mooring point. This is an empty mooring point. This is where you build. Can I move the town heart? Can I get this whole thing to just up and move? I don't know what the seagull icon's for. Oh, it's a fishing buoy is what you need, not just a salvage boat buoy. Got it. Got it. Okay, I'm derpy. Well, that's easy enough. So, the other guy will go over there and salvage stuff. So what I'll do is I'll say this is a fish point, and so is this one. And then we probably are gonna need more storage here. So let's put storage, like not right there. Let's build this longer. And this will just be like the industrial heart of our city. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm just down to clown with that. Oh wait, I can put my fishing buoy over here. There's 100% no need to go all the way over here to wherever the hell it was I put the other buoy. Let's just remove that. It seems kind of redundant. And then how do I get more people? That's something else I'd like to know. So what do they say with people? Drifters. But how do I get more drifters? Because so far I haven't really seen any of that. So I still don't have access to research points either, do I? No, I have 3. So that must just mean... How do you get research points? Oh, okay, so the more you scavenge materials from local towns, the more research points you get. Because you've been exposed to more stuff. Got it. Alright, well, we're doing well. I mean, I think this is looking up. So, I think that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More Flotsam on the way. And until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.